Let's have a new sketch file. So just have a sketch file here, and you can provide your name whatever you want. So I will give it today's date, let is 0807 0708 and 23. Okay, then press OK. So I think we have completed till here. Now it's time to see some of the editing tools. So in editing groups there are several tools, like for modification, for any trim option you can go with the delete segment, and if you want to create the similar object either from left to right or from top to bottom, then you need one center line, and you can use the mirror command, and with the only half of the sketch you can create your full sketch by mirroring it if it is similar. Okay, if it is identical between both the sides from the center line, then you can use the mirror option. Then you can go with the corner option. So what it will do, corner will make trim the unwanted lines and make complete corners from where the both the lines will get intersect. And then it comes a divide option, which will divide any of your element like segment. You can divide your circle as well as you can divide your line into parts, into multiple parts. Okay, then there is a editing option called rotate resize. So at the time of creating palette, okay, dragging palette, we have seen the rotate resize options. So it is similar to that only. You can rotate your entity at your desired value, and you can also scale your any of your profile with the help of this rotate and resize. So let's understand one by one. So for the modified toolbar, what I need is, I will go with the line command, and I will create one of the random profile. For example, I have created one vertical, one horizontal, and then I will go with the vertical line, and then I will create inclined line like this, and one more inclined line like this. So here I have created a different lines and created one profile. Now if you go with the dimension, just press the middle mouse button, and your dimension, that is the weak dimension, which are created by software itself with respect to the position of the elements. Here you can see the different options. Now if you want to modify all the dimensions, okay, at the same time, then you can go with this modify option. Now what you need to do is, you need to just click on modify and then select your parameters, or elsewise you can just drag and drop and select your profile like this. So our profile has been selected, it is as it is mentioned in the green color. Now go with the modified command, and here you will find all the options. And if I see this dimension is highlighted in the box, that is 3 point something something. Okay, first I will just deselect this regeneration option. Okay, and I will provide one by one my length. So I will provide here 4. Okay, so this line will get of 4 mm. Then the second dimension, this one I wanted to be 6, so I will just press 6 and enter. And then this dimension I wanted to be exactly 3, then press enter. And here I need 60 angle, and here also if you want it 60, you can go with the 60. Either if you want 45, just go with 45. Okay, so now I have assigned all the dimension which are required. Okay, but still our sketch is not changed here. Now once I will click OK, you can see the difference here 45, here 4, here 6, here 60. So how it works? It will modify your dimensions in one click. Okay, all your dimension in one click. So this is the use of modify command. I hope you understand. And if you don't, let's take one other example. Let's create at this time one rectangle inside one circle, and you can see here there are some specific dimension given here. The position of the center of the circle is mentioned with respect to this line, that is the vertical dimension from this point and horizontal dimension from this point, both are given here. One diameter has been given here of the circle, and one and this dimension is given. Now here you can see our constraint has been applied with equal to, that is this line, vertical line is equal with this line, this one. Okay, whatever the length of this line is there, that is the 3 mm, the same length is provided here. So now what I will do, I will just select this profile entity and go with the modification toolbar and just select the region, uncheck the regeneration option. Now why I wanted to uncheck this, remember that if you keep this check mark, then what will happen, at the same time it will regenerate, and this will make your object complex. Like for example, here the highlighted one is the, okay, where is the second one? Here 1.4. okay, now if I change this, you can see the instant change. Now it is not advisable to keep this regeneration option check mark, because sometimes what happens, due to angularity, some of this point like this one will go here at the time of regeneration. So it is advisable that you just uncheck mark the regeneration option, and first you give all the dimension as you want and then click OK. Otherwise you can just like this, you can regenerate it from at a time. For example, here you can mark it 4 and it will get regenerated, and if you go with the second options, that is the 2.26, then here you can provide 3, here you can provide it 3, so it will get regenerate at the same time. Okay, if you deselect this regeneration option after providing all the dimension, it will the regeneration will take place. For example, if I want to make it here 2, then it will not change the current position, it will just change the dimension at this time, but once I click OK, it will change the position. Now it's 1.1, I will make it 2. Okay, so observe here the center will get change when I just press OK, as you can see 2 and 2. Okay, so this is how you can use the modification for modifying the general dimensions. Now we will go with the second option, that is delete segment. Now here let's create one random more lines here in order to understand the delete segment. Okay, now I have created here. So okay, I don't want the dimension to be displayed, just hide the dimension here. Okay, now we will use the delete segment. So what it is, it will function as a trim entity, so it will delete the any of your line. So how to use it, just press the the first mouse button, and then drag the mouse. You will see here one line, purple line, and when it will intersect any of your line, it will get trimmed like this. I don't want these three lines, then I will simply just intersect over it, and then I will just, when I will release my first mouse button, then it will get deleted like this. Likewise, if you don't want these two lines, just drag and just delete the segment, so it will use as a delete segment. Now if I want this circle to get deleted, you can also simply delete. Now there is a mirror entity. Now how it is used? So let's delete these two lines also and these two lines also. So the how mirror entity will be used. So in order to mirror any of your object, for example, I have one sketch here like this, and I want the similar sketch in the left side, then I will go with the mirror command. But before that, I need to provide one of the center line, so I will use datum center line, or you can use center sketch center line. So here is the datum center line, I am using it. Then select the your sketch, and now go with the mirror command. Okay, now select this line, and you will see that our mirror has been created in the left side. Okay, so the how this mirror will work, it will create the similar object with respect to center line. So I will just undo it, I will delete this line, and now let's create the center line, that is sketch center line. Now here you can see I will select this object and mirror, and this will select the center line. This can be also used. Okay, now in the similar way, if I undo it, I will just remove this center line, and I will use one of the line like this. Okay, now select this like this, and use mirror, and just select this line. You will not be able to mirror it because there is no center line here. So this is the use of center lines. Okay, you can't use your own mirror line. Yeah, but in case if I want this line, this line, this line, this one, and this one to get mirror, you can just use this as a center line. Okay, so this is the difference. Likewise, if you want to mirror this entity in the above side, you just need to select this entity. Okay, deselect this one and go for the mirror and select the center line, and you will find here mirror has been created, and here is the symbol for mirror, that is the symmetricity. Okay, so I hope you understand the mirror command. Now we will go with the corner. So what it will make? Now here the two lines are getting intersect. Okay, now if I want to make it here corner, if I don't want the upper side, and I just want only line till here, and then it will continue like this, then what I will do, I will select this one and this one. So when you select any of your line, that will remain, and other line will get deleted. For example, if I want this line, inside line, and this inside line, and upper line I don't want, then I will select which line I wanted. Okay, then upper line will get deleted. Likewise, if you don't want this downward side, then select the lines which you want, that is upper side and upper side, and then you will see here the rest of the lines got deleted. So this is how you can use the trim command, corner command. So let's use it here. So if I don't want these two lines in the downward side, then I will just select this line and this line, and here you can see the corner has been created. Now there is an option for dividing. So if you want to divide any particular line in segments, you can just Now if you hover over this, here is the only one midpoint showing, but I want to divide it like this, okay. So here the line has been divided into some parts, but remember, if you drag the line, it will completely drag it, okay. It will, but yeah, you can use the delete segment like this. If you want the in between segment to be get deleted, you can just delete it like this. Just like you want this part to be deleted, you can just delete it. Now if you drag it, just simply Control Z, and if you drag this line, the whole structure is getting displaced, because here some of the relation has been created, that is point on extension line, that is this one, okay. Now if you remove this that constraint, like simply click it and delete it, likewise here click it and delete it, then the line is free, I think. Now you can rotate it like as you want, and this point also, okay. So due to constraint, your structure is maintained at the required relations, okay. That we will see in the this group, that is the constraint one. Now there is a rotate resize command. Now in order to use it, I will select this line and go with the rotate resize. Now here first is the reference, that is the translation reference I wanted to give. So by default here the translation is there. If I want to give it here, you can just select the line, okay. And here the rotation is there, so I wanted to rotate this one. I will select this particular point, okay. Now here there are two options here, one is the translation and one is the rotation. Now if you want to translate parallelly, let's suppose 3, you will see here translation has been done with respect to parallel direction, okay, without changing any angle. Likewise, if you want to rotate it, you can just apply the rotate command and make it 30. So you will see it gets rotated in 30 degree. And the third option is the scaling factor. Now what is the scaling factor? So generally when there is a big drawings, like for the pipeline, we can take example of pipelines. So pipelines are the very long pipelines, like in kilometers or in thousands of kilometers. So it is not possible to actually represent in A4 size paper when we take a printout. So what we will do, we will just use the scale factor, that is we will assign the value, that is our 1 mm, that is 1 mm drawn in the A4 size paper is equal to 1 kilometer. Likewise, if there is a 5 mm line, then what we will consider 5 kilometer, okay. So likewise, if I want to make it half, I will give scale factor 0.5, and you can see our sketch has been halved. Likewise, if you want to get double, just press 1 and our sketch will be double. So these are the options. Now if you want to translate along the normal direction, just give it, and you can see here where your reference is there, rotation translation rotate, okay, translation point, that is this one. In the normal direction it get displaced with the 2 mm. So this is how you can use rotate and resize command. We will keep till here and we will continue tomorrow with the constraint group, okay. If there is